It's our Flub Up Friday, so we're going to have some fun and mess up. I didn't on the, with the, not the instructions, but the, see, it's Friday. I can't even think. The intro. I said learn from our fun, because I don't think making there's not a mistake. Like, you can't make a mistake with Luminess, with airbrushing, with what we're doing, because everything's fixable. Everything is correctable. And there's really, honestly, no mistakes. So let's get started. And I noticed that somebody put on the last one that we were on, they're like, mess up with lips. And we can try. I just don't want to put a lot of lipsticks on my lips, since we might have to wait and do lips next Friday. Just because I still have that blister right in the center of my lip, and I'm kind of worried about hurting. Yeah, no. But we might be able to do, because I do want to talk about that, because there are some mistakes that we can discuss about that. Hello, Mara. All right, so let's talk about, real quick, I want to talk about the velvet veil. Now, I always tell you guys, I take the dropper out, this little bad boy, and I do it this way. Hi, Sabrina. So I pour a little just on my hand. Now, I always tell you, like, a little goes a long way. Don't put it on once it dries. I tell you all that good stuff. So I'm going to put it on one side, and then I'm going to let that dry. Dodie, what mistakes do you think you're making? Maybe you're not making any mistakes. Maybe you are perfect. Right? We know God doesn't make mistakes. And so how can we at Luminess make mistakes? So, hello, Shannon, Donnie, Christina, Sabrina. All right, I'm letting that dry just a little bit. I only put it on one side. It is dry. And you can already tell, like, oh, I just love velvet veil. If you're oily, shiny, all of that, you can put velvet veil on. Like, if you're oily in your T-zone, you can put the velvet veil on just in your T-zone. I normally put it here and then here, because I have the larger pores, but it even helps with some of my broken capillaries. The skin is going to bother me to death. Definitely under the eyes. I noticed the other day I took a picture and I was like, oh, crow's feet. Those bad boys, cannot stand them. Okay, Sabrina says she thinks that her contour is too dark, but she uses the lightest in the Lion King. Sabrina, do you have the Cut One palette? And are you my skin tone? That's the other thing. Hey, Nay, how are you? Yeah, this is good. Tell me, this is awesome. If y'all think you're making mistakes, let me know so we can address these. Sabrina, are you my color, or lighter or darker is what I need to know. And then Dodie thinks that she's putting on way too much product. Oh, yay. Okay. Yes. All right. So now this part is dry, right? So this is what happens. Sabrina's a 3-4. Okay. So you're about my color. Cut One is the lightest. Oh, you're in Mystic, so you're darker than I am. Okay. Now, I'm going to put more on top of this. Now, what you're going to see is some, and I don't know if you'll be able to tell, it gets cloudy. I'm going to take these big old earrings off because they keep hitting me. Okay. So what you're going to see is some cloudiness. It's a little harder. We tell you that it works best with airbrush makeup because velvet veil doesn't allow a lot of movement. And so I'm still getting that with putting velvet veil on top. And so you'll start seeing some cloudiness, like there's some cloudiness underneath here. And it feels a little, there's cloud. Can you see that? So you're going to, it's cloudy on my nose, like right here. You're going to see, and you see it more so when it starts to dry. So if you put too much on, because again, we think, oh, more is better. With anything Luminess, less is better. Less is the best. Well, I just contour, cut one. Okay. So just know that if you keep adding that, it's not going to be a good thing. I'm gonna have to take this off because it will get, oh man, I wanted to do this real quick. Hold on. Let me dry that. I'll put more on real quick. Because the other thing I want to show you is it's my mom. Hi mom, I'm doing a live chat. Can I call you back? Bye. She feels like she did something wrong. All right. Okay, so I just put that on. You can even see how it built. Like, can y'all see that? Can you see how it's building up? It does get cloudy and gross. So, not gross, but just cloudy. And that's not something you want. The formula is a cream color, but when you put it in, it dissipates. You don't see that color. So if you keep adding it, you're going to start seeing that milky color. Now, the other thing, hold on, I want this to dry real quick. Shannon can't wait to get her airbrush. Shannon, did you sign up as a consultant or did you just purchase the airbrush? All right. Okay, so it's dry. Now I'm going to put on the concealer. So if I put that on underneath my eye, it doesn't allow, look how like it stays right there. Like it's harder. You see me having to work it. Work it. I can't sing that song. Has bad lyrics. But see how it doesn't allow movement and like I can't blend it? It's harder to blend. So that's why I say that doing Velvet Veil, that airbrushing works better with it. Does that make sense? Hey, Casey. Sabrina's already ordering more Velvet Veil. Okay, so see, like I can see the demarcation line. I hope you guys can see all this. And like even blending it, it like skips. Okay, so just so you know, I'm not fooling. So if I put this on, this does not have the Velvet Veil on. Look how much easier. Oh, hi, Dodie. Remember, if you're a consultant, you can put your emojis. It's the thumbs up, the lips, and the lipstick. And that's what you do as a consultant on this page. Put that. You can put it as many times, but that's all you can do. You cannot reach out to people. You can't say, you know, contact me, contact me. All you do is bam, there you go. And you can put the area you're from if you want. So in this case, our regular concealers work better without Velvet Veil. It blends better without it. This is with Velvet Veil and it doesn't allow a lot of movement. Now, you all know that I love our concealers. And so what I would end up doing if I wanted to use it, and sometimes when I've airbrushed, if I needed a little more coverage underneath, I would do my makeup, I would airbrush, I would do all that. And then I would put the concealer on top of the airbrush, and that creates a little bit more of a barrier where I can blend that in, okay? So I'm not saying it's not doable at all, but you're just gonna have to create more of a force field, more space. Now, if that's any cream base, I can still contour with our sculpting palette. I can still contour with the cut 1 or cut 2. I can still do all that. It's anything that is a cream base. So if you were going to put on the lipstick like I used for blush last time, you know, I put it on my hand to warm it up like Sir John does, and then I blended that in. You can you might have a little more trouble blending it if you had velvet veil on. Is all this making sense so far? Say Friday. All right. So there we go. That's perfect, Hillary. That's great. That's what I would do. So if I was using our concealer, if I wanted to use this, that's exactly what I would do. So Hillary just said, where are you, Hillary? She usually uses the concealer under her eyes first and then velvet veil everywhere else. And that's exactly right. That's exactly right. I was just showing you what happens on top of the velvet veil. So there you go. Yeah, that's why I said we're learning from our fun. Because guys, I promise, I mean, it's hard to make mistakes. I mean, like a mistake to me would be like, oh, let me line my lips with this brown Persuasion eyeliner. Like that, but everything, even if I was airbrushing and it was way dark, like I was my wrong color and I'm looking in the mirror going, okay, yeah, that's way too dark. I don't even have to take that off. I can blow that out, put another color on, put a lighter color on and keep going because it really is, it's so easy to correct. And even if like, okay, let's say, hold on, this is, I still had some boosted in here. I'm going to finish blowing this out since I just wiped my makeup off. Christina says nothing is ever wrong. That is so true. And especially if you're a consultant first starting out, guys, and you're showing people how to use it, use that to your advantage. I mean, how many times do you guys hear me say that there is a learning curve, okay? There is a learning curve. It does take some practice and use that to your advantage. Learn right along with the people that you're doing a beauty bar with. Teach them those steps, but let them know that it does take some time. They can come in and watch our live chats. They can, talk to you. There is a learning curve. And then there's always ways to fix it. All right, so I'm going to do this real quick. I'm going to take a shade 3 because I also want to show you. So, I mean, if you're a beauty consultant, you're doing a beauty bar and you make a mistake, embrace that mistake. We actually had one lady contact me. She wanted me to watch her lives, and she did great on her lives. Her hands shakes a little when she airbrushes. She has a little tremor in her hand, and I'm like, embrace that. Use that as a selling point. If you can airbrush and you have a tremor, wow. Come on. That's a selling point. Use that. If you make a mistake, use it. Use it. Say, oh, look, see what I did here? I put too much. Guess what? Tap it out. And use those mistakes. So people think that they have to get this home and do it perfectly. I'm going to do it like Heather, who's been airbrushing for 20 years, the first time I use it. Come on. Those are unreal expectations, and women are really good at creating those. Sabrina says, I tell them I'm human. Yeah. Perfect. Oh, funny. All right, so now I'm going to put a couple of drops of 3 in here. Yes, Hillary said it makes it more approachable when people see you mess up and then easily exactly, guys. I mean, you see me on here all the time make mistakes. I'm like, oh, that was wrong. Let's fix it. It honestly, you do not have to be like, don't stress out. This is makeup. Are we solving the world's problems? Nope. Or, I mean, do we have the button here that we need to push and we're nuclear? No. It's makeup. Worst case scenario, like total mess up. You put zebra lines all over your face and totally mess up. Wash it off. We have great wipes. Really? Okay. So have fun with it. Okay, now it gets messed up. Okay, so now here I am. I'm airbrushing. I'm moving. I'm holding it 4-finger widths away. And achoo! Oh, what did I do? Oh my goodness. You would think I would have to take off everything. Nope. What am I doing? Tap it out. Tap it out. Bam, done. Keep going. Achoo! What? What happened? Oh my gosh. Tap it out. Guys, there are no mistakes. Musette says that you made plenty of mistakes with traditional airbrush, and the same soap removes it all. Exactly. Guys, we weren't an expert the very first time we did traditional makeup. We've just been doing it that way for so long that we forget, right? Okay, so I'm actually going to do an extreme color change because I don't know if this is going to work, but I just want to see, I want to prove to you guys how this is mistake free. Okay. Let me see. Hold on, I might have to go down here. Might have to turn around. Ah! Oh, wait, here we go. Hold on, I'm gonna see what I have here. Okay. Let's see if this works. This is totally not what you plan to do. No, Hillary, Fridays are my flub up Fridays. So Fridays are my days to mess up. I get to have fun. All right. I have to shake this really good because it's been sitting in here. So you know our silk comes in, the Silk 4-in-1 has 18 shades. So they are a little more neutral. They're a little bit different than the other ones, okay? I'm actually, okay, hold on. Let me shake this one up so you can see. This is my shade, shade 3. Right? Okay. Then this is 14. I'm actually going to start with 14. Okay? Just to show, I don't know, I've never done this before, so I just want to see if it works. But I tell you guys, like, a lot of times when I'm tanning, like in the summer, if I'm laying out, I'll start with one shade and then I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'm not that dark. Oh yeah, I did get darker. And so I have to change it, but I can change it midstream. Because we're not covering every inch of our face like traditional makeup, there's room to work. There's room, there's forgiving. It's very forgiving. You hear me say that and you're like, what the heck does that mean? Meaning it's correctable. We can change it midstream, not have to start over, okay? Now just to prove, this is the color I'm starting out with. Can y'all see that? Okay. Drying that. Beating my face. This is what you call beating your face. Just kidding. Okay. So I have 14 in here. I might need to put a little bit more because I just dumped all that out. I'm going to start with 14 and then notice that it's too dark, right? It's going to be funny if this looks good. But guys, look, it's already dry. I'm putting it on, and actually right now, it looks fine. Okay. So yeah, maybe I don't realize that it's that one yet. Okay. So let's make another pass. But guys, one thing, you saw what color I have in here. And I mean, that's the color I am spraying right now. 14. Notice you don't see streaks. You don't see it wet. I'm barely spraying. It's already dry. Okay, I am starting to look a little darker. Okay, maybe this isn't my shade. But guys, this is why I get a little bit confused when people are like, oh, I can't find my shade. Guys, I'm using 14 and it doesn't look bad. So think about that. Think about if you're off like 1 or 2 shades, you can kind of get away with it, okay? Yeah, it did. You can tell on my nose. Okay, so I'm blowing this out. And now I'm putting my 3 in here. But is this helping you guys understand? Like, we are not covering every inch of our face like traditional. I should have brought it to traditional makeup and did it that way. Because like you'd have to take it off. Okay, now I have my 3. Can you see that? And now I'm going to spray that right on top. I'm going to spray it on my eyes because I don't have anything else on. Look at that. How does it look to you guys? How is it looking? Let me know. Okay, that's all I'm going to do. How's that look? It looks good, huh? So does that make sense as far as like, if you're spraying, and even color matching, guys, even color matching. Okay, good, Musette. Thank you. Even color matching, I would kind of spray it over the whole cheek. Like if you're trying to color match a person or you're trying to do it yourself, spray it over the whole cheek. Like do 1 pass, give it a second, 1 pass, give it a second. Because if you do it where you spray like, hold on, I'm gonna use the 14 again. Like if you spray it on your face like this, that's traditional. That's the traditional way. So I feel to truly color match, you need to do like, okay, stop. How's that looking? Okay, I'm gonna go back and do another one. Okay. So that, I mean, you need to make a couple of passes and put color match the airbrush way, not the traditional way. Because before I did tell you guys to color match, like put a drop on your finger and then rub it on your chest, whichever one you cannot see, is that you can still do it that way, but I would just be like, rub it and then see which one's the closest, which one's in that family. Because when you're spraying it on and how you're doing it, then that is, that's going to be more airbrush-like. Does that make sense? I hope so. Amy says, I just look tan. Yeah, and I can tell, like, it's probably because I have my tan down here. Okay, so if I'm too tan right now, how do we fix that? Okay, if I'm looking in the mirror and, like, you know, I love to contour, you know, I love all of that. How do I fix that? Let's fix it, shall we? I'm taking Glow. Yes, bloom my cheeks. Okay, so now I'm taking Glow, which is super light. I'm not choosing Love because Love is more of a neutral shade, like a skin, skin color, whereas this is more white. Now, if I'm looking tan, I'm going to use that to my advantage, maybe do more highlighting than contouring. Okay, so I'm going to kind of do the opposite of what I normally do. And I put my drops of Glow in here. Because the other thing is foundation is evening me out. It makes me flat. Okay, but you can tell, like, yeah, I am a little, even my arms are darker, but so now I'm going in and I'm going to highlight certain areas. So I can go up and down my nose. Got too much, tap it off. Underneath my eyes and blend it down. Okay. I start making my movements before pulling back on the trigger. You can do my eyes, my brow bone. Okay. Another, oh, what am I gonna do? Tap it out, tap it out. Okay. Going back over. I'm going to kind of blend that down a little bit so it's not so harsh of a line on the brow bone. How's it looking, guys? How's it looking? Better? Lighter? Yeah? Yeah. How's that? How's it looking? Okay, so now I did the opposite of contouring. So I highlighted. So I did a brow highlight. I highlighted under my eyes. Glow does not have a shimmer. Does not have a shimmer. So I can do it all the way underneath. And then where my contour would be here, I highlighted here, but not to my jawline. Okay? I highlighted a little bit here, not to go over where I would contour and not to go past the jawline. Okay? So now I'm creating more dimension to my face. I'm not going to be as flat, so you're not just seeing the tan. Okay? Now you're going to start building up, building up, building up. All right, so now let's add some blush. And we're gonna mess up on the blush. I tell you guys time and time again, blush, only put 2 drops. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm putting 5. Our blush is super, super duper high pigmented. What time is it? Oh, we're going over. It's super high pigmented. So you only need 2 drops for both sides of your cheeks. Bam, done. Now, I also recommend, if you are new to airbrushing, to do your blush first and then airbrush the foundation on over that. Okay? The reason for that is if you do get blush happy, you can blend all of that. You can blend, it doesn't matter. You see me do highlighter and bronzer, it looks a little strong, but when I do the foundation on over it, then it's It's fine. So now I'm taking the blush and I'm going to overdo it because our blush does bloom. Okay, stop on that cheek. Stop on that cheek. I'm doing it the right way as far as how I'm putting it on. I'm just putting too much on. So I'm not letting it get wet, sticky, all of that. Cindy's like, yikes. Still going blush. It's gonna be pretty. All right, there we go. Okay, now hold on, I'm gonna use the air to dry it. Now what's gonna happen is you will see the blush start blooming, start coming out a little bit more. Because you almost, when applying the blush, you want to apply it till it's almost to that point and then leave it alone. If you apply the blush to where you like it, it's going to dry stronger. Okay, so when you're doing it, do your 2 drops, let it completely dry, let it sit, and then when it intensifies, you'll see the end result. The sad thing is I put it on so good. It's not looking too bad right now. So yeah, apply it, let it sit, and look. Okay, let me add a little bit more. And then I'll kind of sit on one side too much or too long. Yeah, you will get clown. Okay, here they come. There they go. See, I didn't wait long enough and they were coming out. They are coming out. I'm going to clean my stylus real quick. Okay. So you can tell that it's you can tell it's starting to come out a little bit more. Yeah, that's all. Like, you will look like a clown. Oh, the plum blush for eyes are beautiful. Oh, it's glow. Sabrina, go back and watch because it's glow and I used it to highlight and lighten. All right, so my cheeks are going to be super bright. You can tell they're super pinky. Oh, holy moly, got a lot of boys. Now, just so you know, because I'm thinking of what has happened so far with what we've done, you know, I put on 14, then I corrected it with 3. So I actually am mixing 2 and 3 together because I still might need it a little bit lighter. I need to pull from the lighter part of it, okay? So now I'm going to go in and I'm going to correct that. And I'm just going to go over the blush. I'm not having to add it anywhere else. My stylus is blending everything for me. See how nice and blended that's becoming? The eyebrow's so close and it stings. So I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I don't know why it would sting, baby. All right. But look how blended that is. So again, if I did get what I call heavy-handed with my foundation or with my blush or with my bronzer or whatever, not foundation, you can correct it. You can always correct it, okay? So I can go in and blend it out. I'm blending it out. Is all this making sense? I hope so. All right, guys. That's enough of the Flub Up Friday for the 11. I kept y'all longer. But I hope it made sense. I hope you understood how easy it is to correct. And even if you know, some of this, like I have never done 14 and then 3. I wasn't nervous. Like if I mess up, I mess up. It doesn't matter. And I'm doing it on camera. I haven't done it before. It's my first time on camera doing this. It doesn't matter. Use it to your advantage. And actually, the more flub ups that you do, the more you're going to learn how to correct it, how to fix it. You know, if you do have a day, take your shade. Like let's say I'm shade 3. And let's say you're a Luminous Beauty and you have all the shades. Try to build up your shade to what you need without using the 3. Does that make sense? So take your shade out of the the problem, and then build that 3. That way you get to know all of the shades, all of the products. Hey, I need to lighten this. Let's use glow. Glow is light. There you go. Maria, you blend it out with the stylus. It's blending. The stylus is blending everything for you. You do not have to blend. So I'm just I'm blending with my stylus. If I mess up and I get a little hot spot, tap it out. Tap it out. If you were putting on the blush and pretty much immediately you knew you put too much on, tap that out. You saw me when I made a mistake here. What I do, boop, 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 tap it out. That should be your new, that's the word of the day. Tap it out. Tap it out. Just tap it out, and that's going to help take that off. But it's not going to leave a mark, a demarcation line. You're going to use all of your stylus is going to blend everything. It should be, when you're putting it on and doing it the right way, you holding your stylus the right way, barely pulling back, it's blending for you. The stylus does the work for you. Make sense? All right. All right, guys, I will see you back here 2 o'clock today. It is a Friday. So I will see you back here at 2. I got to clean this place up. I'm going to put my chubby stick on real quick. I will tell you another thing, and we probably should have talked about, if your makeup, when you're airbrushing real quick, I'm just going to say this real quick. If it feels sticky or heavy, pull back less on the trigger. Less on the trigger. Make sure the moves that I'm making are very deliberate. I'm not doing that. My moves are very deliberate. I'm moving, but I keep it moving and I'm covering areas, okay? The stylus is very precise. Pull back less on the trigger to make sure it's not wet, not sticky. If it's feeling that way, you're pulling back too hard on the trigger. All right. My daughter left my cord to the machine. Oh, yes. Cindy, just go online under accessories and we have the cord. The one I suggest is the tanning cord. And the reason I suggest that is you can cut it. So you can cut it to whatever length you want, and then you have backup. That's what I recommend. Yay, Cindy. She's like, it's the best makeup I've ever had. Love it. We hear that all the time, and it's amazing. Yeah, I mean, and I try different makeups to see how it compares, because, they'll be like, oh my gosh, this is so much better than blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, I have my airbrush back. So there you go. All right, guys, I will see you at 2. Thank you so much for watching. I'm sorry we ran long, but it's exciting when we get to mess up. So, all right, I will see you soon. Bye for now.